Hey there, it's Ryan. I'm here to answer the question, what happened with real estate in your backyard over the last 30 days? So let's start with inventory, or how many homes are for sale. So according to the National Association of Realtors, inventory is actually up 11%, which is great, but overall sales are down 2.4% compared to the last 30 days. So this means that there is a lower demand coming from home buyers and that more sellers are listing their home now as summer break is getting ready to start. Now, I know being excited about a slowdown might sound weird coming from someone who depends upon home sales to stay high, but let me remind you that Gen Z and the younger millennials are now reaching home buying ages, which caused the demand to spike 61%. And it also coincides with the start of COVID lockdowns as well. So to return to a healthy market, we need more home buyers to stay on the sidelines until new home builders can catch up with all the demand. So as such, we are currently sitting with 2.2 months worth of inventory. Now, reminder, a healthy, balanced market is about 6 months worth of inventory. This means that there are not enough homes available at the moment to last 6 months for all the home buyers that are out there. So the current pace of home sales will net around 5.6 million home sales by the end of this year. So reminder, Zillow projected that we would sell about 6.4 million by year's end, and last year we only sold about 6.1 million homes. So we're going to be below the projected average from the start of the year, so everyone keeps updating their numbers as things are adjusting. So the national average sales price for the US was $391,000. Now the Midwest fared a little bit better, with its average being $288,000. So $288,000 is the average for sale in the Midwest. So first-time home buyers keep seeing their market share shrink due to an increase in interest rates, which squeezes how much they can afford each and every month. So on that note, let's change over to interest rates and see what they've been doing over the last month. So at the time of this recording, the national average interest rate is 5.882%. That's the national average. Now, as a reminder, mortgage rates are not tied to the Fed rate, but are loosely tied to how the market itself is performing. Now, in a bit of good news, we saw rates come down a tad over the last week. Whether this is the start of a new trend is yet to be seen, but don't expect rates to go back below 5% anytime soon. So here's a new trend that I'm seeing that is worth noting. So lenders and finance companies are getting more creative to help keep the lights on and not lay off employees they picked up during the refinance boom. So the first thing that I'm seeing is lock and shop offers. This means that where a mortgage company will lock your interest rate, and I'm using big quotations there, while you were looking for a home. So two things that you need to know about these kind of offers. Home buyers usually end up with a higher rate than what someone who didn't lock at that moment would be, and two, a boatload of more fees to basically offset the risk to the lender. Now, side note, if you lock at 5.5% and rates go to 5, you're stuck with that higher rate. So right now it's kind of a gamble with rates going all over the place. So the other offer that I'm seeing is where the lender or a third-party company will buy the home cash and then sell it back to you. So once again, if you use these programs, you agree to the terms of the loan that they set up with the fees and everything that they will charge you. Oh, and by the way, they might cut your realtor out of the picture as well. So just remember that in life, there is no such thing as a free lunch. So reducing risk is always the name of the game when it comes to finance companies. So as these new fancy programs roll out, if you don't have A+ finances, which most of us don't, you are probably likely to pay way more in fees than expected, or be told that you are not a good fit for that program. So if you're interested in one of these programs, let me know and I can walk you through them. We will not and are not going to offer these, as they are a band-aid and don't serve home buyers' best interest. These programs are temporary, as many mortgage companies did not prepare to shift to a purchase-focused business model. When the tide of low interest rates went out, you could see which companies were swimming naked. And that brings us to what's new with us. Now, we're getting ready to shoot another customer story this week, and this is where you can hear stories of others like you and see how they have reached the promised land of a better future through owning a home. So we will send you that story as soon as the project is wrapped. In the meantime, you can watch a previous customer story below this video. Well, that's all for this month, and as always, if you need help with anything, just ask us, send us a DM, a text, a phone call. Enjoy the start of summer, and we will see you for the next market update in July.